Hey, what's up everyone? Danny here, and welcome to this training on how to get started with your very own podcast. Now, I'm going to be very quick with this video because I want to make sure that I am, number one, giving you the best value for your time by letting you know all the things that I use personally in my own content creation workflow. So, without further delay, number one reason you want to start a podcast is for wider exposure. If you have a brand, the best thing you can do is create some sort of organic exposure for your brand, getting some ears and eyeballs onto your website. So a podcast is great for that because some people don't go to websites. They don't go searching in Google, and they drive to work and they listen to podcasts, and this is how they get their awareness for your brand. So very important, keep that in mind. So without further delay, there are three different things that you're going to need in order to set up your very own first podcast. So they come in different categories. And so the first thing is you're going to need some sort of recording and editing tools. The second thing you're going to need is some sort of way to create graphics. Maybe you can outsource it, or if you're going to DIY it, I have some recommendations for you as well. And then the third thing you're going to need is some sort of hosting to host your audio files. Okay, so let's get started. The first category we're going to cover are the recording and editing. So I use a microphone that is very affordable compared to all the other microphones that are out there with a really good professional sound, and it's called the Blue Yeti USB microphone. Okay, so highly recommend you checking that out. I'll have links for all of these tools in the notes, so be sure to check those out. The next one, once you have a microphone, you want to have obviously some sort of software that you can record your episodes. So one thing I like to do is lots of video, and so ScreenFlow is a really great tool for doing just that. I can also repurpose that and create some audio files. So there's a lot of things you can do. The next tool is GarageBand. I also use GarageBand when I have interviews. If I have an interview that I need to clean up and edit and really polish off to get it just the way I need it to. So GarageBand is another tool. The next thing is, if you are looking to create a graphic on your own, DIY something on your own, then you're going to need some sort of graphics creation tool. Now, I'm not a designer by trade or anything like that, but Canva.com is a great place to DIY your designs. I'm showing you my Canva.com account right now. It's what I use, it's what my team uses, and it's a great way to create quick graphics that look great for your brand. Another one is PicMonkey. PicMonkey is another photo editing tool that you can use to do touch-ups, light design changes, transparent backgrounds. So it's another complementary tool that you can use in addition to Canva. All right, so that covers our graphics creation and design category, number two. Then the next thing is hosting. So hosting, why do you need a host? Well, host is what's going to take your audio files and keep them stored for you so that you can get some statistics for your downloads. People will access your files when they download, and you can see actually how each episode is performing. So some of the best breed podcast hosting platforms are Libsyn. Libsyn is a very popular one that people use, very reputable. Another one is Blueberry. And so Blueberry is another great tool that people are using for hosting their podcast. And another one is Podbean. Now, there's lots of other different ones. These are the ones that people that I follow and know, use, and love, and rave about them. So these are the ones that I definitely don't mind pointing you in the right direction to get started. Now, I don't even use any of these. And the reason is I use the Rainmaker Platform. And so the Rainmaker Platform is an all-in-one digital marketing and sales platform. Basically, it's a WordPress, since it's built on WordPress. It's a WordPress website. It's also a membership site. Has landing pages. It has podcasting tools. It has so many different things that you can use at your disposal. So that's something that I personally use. Now you can use WordPress. You can use whatever it is for your website, and then point people from that over to your podcast. Totally cool. Up to you on how you want to do it. That's just how I do it. Okay, so now, real quick before I close up, and we're a little bit over the 5-minute mark here, but I wanted to cover 3 different types. Now, these are all great tools and everything, but you need to understand how your podcast is going to be designed. And what I mean by that is there's 3 different ways that I see it that you can create a podcast. One is you solely repurpose content. There are people like Stephen James from Project Life Mastery, who he basically is a content creation machine, and he repurposes a lot of his YouTube video content into podcast format. The next one is solo Q&A. So if you're doing something that's just yourself, you can do something like Pat Flynn does over at Ask Pat, the Ask Pat podcast, and do something more of a short solo Q&A. Then the next one is more the traditional way that people do it, and that's the interview style. So you can record an interview with someone and then upload that, and that's another great way to get more eyeballs from your interviewees audience to come and take a look at your website. So I hope this was beneficial for you, and if you have any comments, please leave them. I would like to also invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, do so, because you're going to get notified when new videos, tips, tools, and strategies come out to help you build your ultimate digital platform. Thanks and take care. Talk to you soon.